Hey everybody, I'm Dirty Dan and welcome back to Greasy Boy Customs. Today we've got a special treat in the shop today, and that's this cool welder you see right beside me. arccaptain was nice enough to send it over and let me take it for a spin. And we've got our first project on deck right here, this 1972 Datsun fender. We've got a rotted area at the bottom that needs to be patched in, so we're going to get that cut out, patch made, and we're going to use this welder to fix that. First, let's go over the welder real quick. You're gonna get a couple different leads in your kit. You've got your ground lead. You've also got your stick welding lead. And to round things out, you're also going to have your MIG welding lead. Now the adapter on the MIG welding lead, you can see may not be like the one you've seen before. I believe in the manual they call this a Euro adapter. It's nice. I like the fact that you can spin this collar on the side to lock it in securely. And that means you can also disconnect it, especially if you're going to be transporting the machine maybe between two different places. Yeah, you're going to lose a little bit of wire that's in the lead, but it's probably worth it to not destroy the lead. Now, as far as your dual voltage adapter, you can see it's a pretty simple plug. There's really nothing crazy going on there. Plugs right into the existing lead. Now you can plug it into a wall outlet. Make sure you pay attention to the circuitry and the outlet that you're plugging into. Make sure you're not overloading it. And keep in mind, if you add an extension cord, make sure you get a quality, thicker gauge extension cord that can handle the amperage. And also keep in mind the fact that the longer the cord is, you're gonna get a little bit of an amperage drop for every foot added. So let's see what else it comes with. You also get these two little baggies. You got some tools and extra tips in there. There's also extra tips in this bag, along with different size wheels that you can change out depending on the size and type of wire you're using, which is nice. And these are steel, they're not cheap plastic, so those should hold up for a good while. We're gonna just put a small spool in here and we're gonna get this hooked up and we're gonna start running it and see how it does. Attach our MIG torch, make sure you've got your pins lined up, and then tighten the collar to attach. Pretty simple. Ground lead does have a notch to line it up. Just goes in and give it a good turn. And that's it. How awesome is that? We even have a work light in here so we can actually see what we're doing, which is great. Now we only have a small spool of 030 fed on here, but you do have an adapter that comes with it and the locking nut so that you can run a larger 11-pound spool. Another cool feature is that when you're feeding the wire in, when it's brand new, after you hold the trigger for just a couple seconds, it automatically senses no arc, so it speeds up to feed the wire through faster into the torch head. Now, we're not going to go super in-depth in the display because there are a lot of options, but that is why they give you this manual, so you can keep up with it. There are a lot of different processes here. Right now, we have it set up for standard wire feed MIG, for regular steel. With a Unimix setup, you can go in here and fine tune a couple things. If you hit this synergic button, you can change the type of material that you are using. You can also change the wire thickness and you can save these settings. Hey, look at that. The welder worked great. We didn't blow any holes through it. Really nice control. We got a little bit of hammer and dolly work to do along the seam, but aside from that, this will be all buttoned up and ready to go. Well, now that we know what it can do with sheet metal, what can we do with something a little bit thicker? After all, this can plug into 220, so we should be able to do some pretty good stuff with it. Let's try it out. All right, we've got some 3/16 steel. I'm gonna crank this thing up and see how it does. All right, there we go. Not too bad. No undercut. Looks like we got good penetration. Everything looks great on it. Handled this no problem. Let's try something a little bit thicker. Now what we have is some 1/4-inch thick pipe that I've just cut 2 slits off of and beveled the edge a little bit. Now before you get in the comments and you get all bent out of shape talking about how the angle I used on the bevel was not correct, or that I'm pulling instead of pushing. This is not a welding seminar. Nobody cares. Shut up. Let's get back to welding. Not bad at all. Pretty decent. A little bit high on the buildup, but we're just dialing this in and figuring it out. Again, we just took this out of the box and we're trying it out. Well, and there you go. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied. I've used their arccaptain Cut 50 before, so I knew like the quality and roughly what to expect. And with the plasma, I was not disappointed. I wasn't disappointed with this either, especially for the lower end of the price range. A lot of times you're going to spend over $1,000 to get a welder that can do what this one can do. And now you're closer to $400 and less, depending on which model you get. It has a lot of versatility with being able to expand and operate a TIG setup as well as a spool gun. So if you have different needs in your shop, maybe you're not only welding steel, maybe you do some aluminum, maybe you do some stainless, and you want to be able to do all of that with one machine, this may be a good option for you. I would encourage you to read the manual thoroughly to get the most out of this machine. Now, this was a not in-depth dive. This was just a quick overview of the product and kind of showing you what it does in the basics. In the future, maybe we'll be able to spend a little bit more time on it and get to use all of this machine. But for now, we're going to continue using it in the shop and putting it to work. And it's been a great addition, and I'm real excited for it. If you're interested in this product, follow the link below. I'll have a link down in the description where you can go check it out yourself. And I should have a discount code. And until next time, happy hot rodding.